March 10th, 2020. Joe here at Simple Life Show. I just want to do a real quick video on Rudy Giuliani. We all know him. We all love him. But he has put his foot in his mouth yet again, along with other people concerning the coronavirus. He writes here on Twitter about 45 minutes ago, the United States' leading cause of death, CDC data, and he goes to list a whole bunch of things that kills Americans along with associated numbers every single year. Heart disease, no big surprise at the top. Cancer, accidents. Of course, we don't list doctors who cause a lot of deaths through malpractice. We don't include guns and stuff like that and other violent acts. Of course, I'm not anti-gun. But for some reason, he doesn't list that on there. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He lists at the bottom, likely at the very bottom, coronavirus 27. Please understand that Rudy Giuliani is forwarding this type of apathetic argument. And it's trying to lead people down a primrose path of apathy towards this. Well, it's just a common cold. It's just a flu. As long as you're in shape, you'll be fine. Why, I guess screw the people who have compromised immune system. Screw the people who have heart issues or lung issues, respiratory issues. Screw the people that are old and elderly. Screw people that have higher risk, right? But what people don't understand is that even though if you're not in a high risk or if you have underlying issues, which you may or may not, do you know if you have underlying issues? A lot of people are walking around, they just simply don't know, and then they fall dead. So we don't know that. But we also don't understand, and we're not understanding that the communicability of this disease. You could even if you get this disease, a coronavirus, and it doesn't do anything to you, you get a cold, a flu, or something. You're in bed for a week. You can also spread it to people where it could kill them. So yeah, go ahead, just take it and spread it everywhere. That is the argument that a lot of people are saying right now. I don't care if I get the coronavirus. Bring it on. I want it. There are a lot of people that are actually saying this nonsense. They're not scared of it. That's fine. You don't have to be scared of it. But you have to have at least some rational outlook on what this is and how this works. A pandemic does not work by 1,000 deaths overnight. It doesn't start that way. A pandemic always starts with a few cases here and there. They start to cluster. Then you have more clusters, which we see in all these countries. And then finally you reach the boiling point and it explodes and you can't control it. Rudy Giuliani was a mayor during 9/11. Of course, around 3,000 people died during 9/11. But did he say something about that? Did he say likely at the very bottom 9/11 victims? Did he say that? I know that's probably not the best thing to say, but I mean, this apathy coming from the White House right now is giving me pause. And Rudy Giuliani is getting a lot of heat over this one tweet alone. This person says, Island Girl PRV says, so are you saying our coronavirus deaths aren't as relevant as others? Other people are just, some of these things I'm not even going to read. 9/11 deaths less than 3,000. 9/11 was no big deal, says former NYC Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Now, of course, he didn't say that. But I think, like I said, it makes a good point. I voted for Trump. I'm having a lot of pause concerning this type of blatant apathy. Pandemics don't start with 10,000 dead overnight. They cluster, then explode. I hope this resolves, but odds are it won't, and you'll be jobless in November. It just keeps going on and on. People do not like this. People are starting to wake up to the mortality rate of this COVID-19 and the fact that they're now understanding that pandemics, or how the pandemics actually work, that you will not see 10, 20, 30,000 deaths overnight. It does take time for these things to develop. It takes time for them to spread. We are seeing more and more people get this virus, and we're seeing it grow exponentially. Italy just grew their death count by 168 overnight. New York cases have exploded overnight. We're going to continue to see this over and over and over again. And at what point will the naysayers out there say, you know what, maybe this is a problem? And the point that they say that there's a problem, it will be far too late. I think that it's already too late. And we're going to have to let this virus run its course, unfortunately, because trying to contain it is going to be almost impossible. A lot of these other countries have been on the ball when it comes down. Even Kenya, who doesn't have one case yet, are taking more steps than this White House administration has. At least real steps forward instead of pandering to the public and trying to instill calm and all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying that the White House and other people should just start spreading fear, but I'm also saying that we should not be forwarding apathy either. And I think we're seeing more of that than the latter. We're seeing more apathy, which is going to be even more dangerous. The health care system in this country is going to be overburdened. It already is. And it's going to continue to get overburdened. And it will break and collapse. There simply will not be enough beds. We have an aging population. Everyone says, okay, boomer. We need to care about the boomers right now because they're the most at risk. They're the more likely to have the underlying conditions. But just because you're in your 20s or 30s doesn't mean that you're not at risk either. But it also doesn't mean that you can't spread it to other people and cause more damage. This is all I have to say on the subject. I thought I would say something about this because I saw this tweet and I thought it really needed to be said about how pandemics work and this whole argument and how absolutely baseless and ridiculous it is. Stop using it. Stick to the facts. Have a great day. Bye.